A lot of people in the community who want more information about the lady. So, based on your experiences, Chris, what's your understanding of who or what the lady is, and maybe possible connections to Hathor, the White Buffalo Lady, Amun Ra, and then also why do you think so many intelligence people are interested in your connection with the lady? What do they try and learn from her, and stuff like that?
Well, the common thing I've heard and I've seen, the common interest is that they know she's real and always has been, and that she comes to Earth and she makes her announcement a lot of times when she does. It's like the kids of Fatima. When she came there, they the little children were telling the neighborhood, I met this glowing little woman, and they made fun of them and began to give them a hard time. And what did the lady say? Well, tell them all to come out on October 13th and we'll just show them. And so she announced her appearance to 80,000 people. And I think she's going to do that again. I wrote about that in my book, that she's coming back. And my desire to go out in the desert or somewhere in a remote place to film is fastly becoming a reality. And but to me, she came at me as the wind. That was the physical her. The wind blew me over, and this translucent bull came right over my head. And I could see the stars up through this thing. And it's crazy. Of all, I was mind blown. I was in contact in the desert this week and was meeting with Robert Grant, and Robert mapped the pyramids with this radar technology. And I had these 3D Apple headsets on, these virtual things. And he's discovered inside the king's chamber through this camera, a special uh, LiDAR or whatever it is, that there is a depiction of the human DNA symbol and the celestial bull, along with quite a bit of other things. The Alpha and Omega symbol, which is a Christian symbol or a Hebrew symbol. Even throughout the Bible, where here it is, it's engraved on the sarcophagus, that box inside the king's chamber. And so there's so much we don't know, but I can tell you they take high interest in her and what she has to say.
Hey, about that, can you describe maybe some of the visions that you've seen of the future?
Um, yeah, I really don't get into that a whole lot. In fact, I may put some of that in my next book, which is underway right now. And but I was shown images of devastation and of a lot of things. In fact, one of the things I put in writing um, in 2012 about this date, 2026, was that Israel would bomb Iran. And hundreds and thousands of people knew I said that. And you won't believe how many has written me or called me this month saying, "My Lord, you were right. You were right." I said, "Well, they'll do it 4 times. This is just the first time." So where that leads, I don't know. I didn't see where it went past that, other than I saw the sky ignite with orbs, and then I was awakened from this whole vision they gave me. It was like it was cut off at that moment. So where it goes, I don't know, but I saw it and I put that out there, and it amazed me when I heard the news here just a month ago. 2012, when the lady came. Before that, 5 years before, I could share it with only my children. My wife would see it in the house, but the minute somebody strange come over, it would disappear.
Or if
I tried to film it, wouldn't let me.
or if you tried to film it, they would fry your camera.
Still have that camera. They fried a brand new Panasonic camera. I mean, fried it. And But after the lady came, she told me, she said that I'd quit. I said, I'll never do this again. I'm not talking about it. My children have been persecuted because of me. I've set them back. They were little young teenagers wanting to date in school, my boys, and my daughter was 10, and they were coming home crying. And it wasn't the phenomenon doing this. It was the flipping people, the judging, and the fear mongering. Oh, your dad's messing with the devil himself. Look at what he's doing to these children. I heard it. I lived it. And so I went out and said, I quit. And that very night I did that is when everything changed. This beautiful spirit to me is much greater than anything we can imagine. The Hathor or Met being the same entity is just the creation mother, you know, like Mother Earth or like the Holy Spirit. And this figure comes to the Indians as a white buffalo calf lady, or to Fatima as you know, as they called her the Virgin Mary, although I don't think they had a clue who she really was, because she's always been here. It's been coming from, if you study, as I have with religious scholars, one thing we know is that 900 or 800,000 years ago, some being here on earth, some human type figure, decided to create an image of God, and it was of a lady. So the oldest known depiction of God is a woman, and she's always been there. The second oldest depiction is the Ullendorf figure. It's 50,000 years old. It's of a woman. It was only 2,000 years ago when man come along and created this big boys club, kicked the women out, made them wear things over their face, and became disgraced. And still to this day, they're being oppressed. But it's a new age, and it's the rise up of the divine feminine that's going to change this world. And there's nothing nobody can do about it. And that's basically what she told me. And so we'll see where it goes. I think there's going to be some struggles, but when the dust settles, there'll be a time of peace here.